Okie dokie. Today we're going to try to tackle on Tightwad Todd this episode the changing of the brakes on this 2020 Toyota Camry. I think recently we did the oil and we've done spark plugs, I think, on this one. But today the time has come for me to change the brakes. Now, this vehicle has 170,000 miles on it. So I have 170,000 miles on these original brakes, believe it or not, which is pretty impressive in my book. I must not be a heavy braker. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to do this. We'll just do one tire, or one set of brakes, so you're not devastated by boredom. But we're going to try to show you how to do this, and hopefully we'll run into any snafus. I've never changed the brakes on this particular vehicle, but done it on other vehicles through the years, and so hopefully this one won't be too different. So let's see what we can accomplish here. First, we'll get our trusty nitrile gloves on here. See how those work. I went to the those have a little sweat in them. That's kind of gross. Okay, I went to the dealership because they had some kind of promotion going on, of course, and so I had there at the dealership I got I think an air filter replaced because I got like a $50 Amazon gift card or something for it. So I was like, okay, and it was free. So while I was there, they informed me that my front brakes were getting down to the nubbins, as you might say, and the back ones weren't much better. So probably just time to do this. I have bought at another point the brakes for this vehicle, which are right here. Got these from, I don't know if I got these from Amazon or Rock Auto, wherever they were cheapest. But, well, golly, I wonder which ones are the fronts and which are the backs. Maybe they're all the same. Is that even possible? I don't know. Well, we'll try to figure that out as we go. So I'm gonna put that over here. And first thing I'm gonna do is I am going to take off the wheel. Obviously, I have to take the wheel off to do this. And so while the vehicle is still sitting on the ground here, I'm gonna loosen up the lug nuts using the weight of the vehicle in my favor. So we will get our little four-way here. And I'm also going to get a couple of rags, because if there's any historical precedent, I'm going to say that they put this on tighter than you can imagine when they put these lug nuts on at the dealership. I don't think they want you to work on your car at the dealership, so I found that they put both not spark plugs, but the oil filters, lug nuts, all these things, they put them on so incredibly tight that you almost, it takes Hercules and three of his brothers to take them off. So we'll see how bad this is here. I do certainly recommend having a four-way. Now, if I was more resourceful, I'd have had an impact wrench doing this, but I don't. I should, though. I wonder why I don't. Do I have an impact wrench? Maybe, but I don't think it works very good. Okay, let's see what we can do here. There's one. Got it loosened up. Let's see. Here's number two. Whoops. Okay. I think I got it. Yep. Here's number three. These aren't too bad. They're not terrible. I've had much worse. And here's number. You know what? Oh, that one. Oh, that was a bear cat. Okay. Let's see. That one's loose. This one I haven't done yet. Wow. Gee, many criminy. Whew. So apparently they didn't put them all on the same. Probably put this one on. And actually I can show you what I do in a case where I just can't get the thing. I've got a trick. Maybe I won't have to employ it. Maybe I will. But let me try that one more time before I See if I can damage myself taking this off real quick here. Okay, here we go. Nope, I'm not gonna kill myself on that one. Watch, this will be an opportunity for me to show you a little trick here. I don't know where I got these pipes. I mean, there's nothing special about them. Only thing is that they're big enough to fit around the thing here. So the 4-way, so I'm gonna put that on there. And I am going to lift up. And oh, look how easy that was. Oh yeah, little leverage. Give me a lever. And I will move the world. There you go. Okay, so have we got them all? Did I do this one? Sure enough, okay. So, now that I've got those broke loose, the next step is we're gonna jack the vehicle up. Here's my jack. It's been a good jack, low profile, so easy to slide under things. Now I've got my brakes in the way. Okay, I'll put that off to the side here. Okay, now then, roll this doggy into there. And there should be a little notch under here. Yeah, maybe you can see that little notch right there. It's just got 2 notches on either side of this little, I don't know if you can see it or not, 2 notches on each side of this a little spot here. And I'm sorry, I got the wrong thing. See that little notch there? There are 2 notches on either side of that thing. That's where I'm gonna put the jack. So I'm sorry if I wasn't looking at the right thing. So we'll just, this kind of got a big surface on it, so I'll just stick it right where that is. It's not too precise. It doesn't have to be too precise here, I don't think so. So we'll jack this up. I'm just doing one side, so I'm not going to chock the wheels or anything. One side at a time. And I'm not going to go terribly high. Just high enough to get the wheel off there. Okay. Now then, we'll go ahead and take these off the rest of the way here. I'm just going to ease those off. Ow, doggone it. Okay. This one. Okay. I had a 2001 Camry. Wheels were off and on so many times that the lugs actually, or the studs actually broke, and I had to get replace the studs. That's another video. Hopefully I won't have to do that with this car. Maybe I will if I keep it long enough. Okay. Okay, there's that. Now then, get the wheel out of our way. All right. We'll put that over here in the side here, out of the way. So now, ta-da, here are our brakes, okay? And so we're gonna go ahead and, there's different ways of doing this. I'm just gonna kind of do it the quick and dirty way, simple way. And we'll see how that goes. So, let me see what I need to do here. I'm gonna put, do I want to use one of those? Well, okay, I'm gonna do a couple things here. That looks pretty dirty. I usually, that one's real dirty. I'm gonna use one of these for a thing to set my brakes on while I work on them. Hopefully, well, premature to do that. And I'm gonna use another one for a seat. Now, these kitty litter buckets are a little flimsy, so what I found is I have to put a board on them to keep from denting up my bucket. Okay, so I'll put that there. And what I'm going to get, what do I need next? Well, while I'm over here, I'm gonna grab this, and I'm gonna grab one of these big C-clamps. This is what I use. I don't know what other people use, but C-clamp is sure handy for this job. So take that off, and you need ones, these are 6 inches, probably you need at least a 6-inch C-clamp. I probably don't want them, it's probably about the correct size, because if you get something that's bigger than that, it's probably hard to maneuver. Smaller than that, it won't be big enough. So anyway, that's what I've used, and it seems like it works pretty consistently. Now then, we need to take our brakes off. So to do that, I'm gonna have to get a metric wrench. Now, this is a 14. We can give that a try. It's probably not right, but we'll see what works on this. Look at that. How about that? That's just exactly it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and loosen that up. So we need to go this way to do that. Let me see, where's my, it kind of hurts to, you see what I'm doing at all? Oh, good. Not on there. It wasn't on there too tight. And then there's another one down here we can work on. There it is. So I'm just kind of, ouch, just kind of bumping it with my hand, and with that rag there, just, you know, kind of tapping it with my hand. I could use a rubber mallet if I needed to, but it seems like these are not that, ouch, not that tight, so that's good. We'll keep working here. Okay, so we got those loosened up. Hope this doesn't present me any surprises. So there, little bolt, put it off to the side so I don't misplace it. And here, get this, just taking these bolts off. Let's see if we can, well, boy, it's control there. Loose, ease it up a little bit, take a little stress off it. Okay. Yeah, loosen right up. Okay, there's that. This is not, okay, now then. So we're gonna try to slip this off that rotor there. Oh gosh. Now, the brake just stuck in place. So we don't want to leave this suspended, right? We don't leave the brake suspended. I just kind of ease that off the rotor there. But we want to support it because it's just hanging by a brake line. So that's where this comes in, and I'll just set it right on there, see? And we'll just leave it sitting on there, and that takes the stress off. Sometimes you can put it back in here and just hang it up there, whatever is easiest for you. But I'm always afraid it's going to fall off there, and so I usually put a bucket over there or something. So okay, so these are the brake pads. We'll go ahead and see, they just kind of fit in that slot there, and so we're gonna ease that out of there. Okay, so that's them. Well, they're not absolutely horrific. There's that one. let's look at the other one. Backside here. Yeah, they're not, but they are a little, getting a little thin, I guess. So we might as well, you know, why run them down to the nubbins, right? I guess we're pretty close. Now, let's see which ones are the appropriate brakes, if we can deduce that, which I hope I can. I had these brakes for a while. I actually thought that I was going to, I wonder if these are the same. No, they're different numbers, so. No, you can't tell from the package. So we'll see if these look the same or not. Try not to mutilate the box if I can. How do I open this? Sometimes the hardest thing to figure out is how to open the box. Goodness sakes. Who puts these things together? My golly. What is the magic trick to getting the box open? This thing is like, see, I'm gonna have to mutilate the box because I don't know how to open it. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay. Well, these are little bitty guys, so they must be, yeah, this must be the back brakes. Okay. So these, hopefully, will be the front ones. Those look more like it. So you can see those have quite a bit more pad on them than these other ones do, right? We'll try to open them up and see what we got here, huh? So, I don't know how much of the hardware I'm gonna really mess with. Now, we do need to, well, see, it's already got that on there, so I don't have to do anything there. We'll just go ahead and, you know, put that, yeah, they look pretty similar, huh? So we'll go ahead and try to, what do we got here? So this is a little scratch, right? This is the thing I always forget to replace, so. This goes on the, put it on the same place that it is now. See, that just fits on there, and that's a little rub plate that tells you when you're getting down to where it's gonna need to be replaced. It starts scraping type of thing. So, boy, I hope everything's good. You can see we are getting pretty low. When it gets down to the bottom of this groove, I think is when it starts scraping, so, you know. Okay. So we'll put that over here, and I'm going to, well, one thing I can do, I'm gonna put a little silicone grease on there so it's not squeaky, all right? Okay. Seems like this is going pretty easily. Concerns me, actually. Makes me think, what am I doing wrong? Okay, so here's my silicone, and here's my brake. So what I'm gonna do is just put a little bit of this right right on here, just so it doesn't, I think I'm doing it in the right spot, so it doesn't squeal. Sometimes new brakes will squeal a little bit. Maybe even, that's already on there. So, yeah. Okay, we'll just put it there, and just a tiny little bit of silicone grease on there to maybe keep it from squealing on us. Okay. So what we'll do is we're going to oh, what am I doing? Look at that, I'm putting it backwards. Ease that in there. Sometimes it's a little tricky to get it to fit in there, but we'll put that right there. Oh, look at that, that was easy as could be. That was easy as pie. Very nice. Okay, now, next, we'll get this next one. And, oh boy. Did I do this right? Maybe I did. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I did. Okay, so they both have little squeakers on them. So we'll take this squeaker off as well. Okay. And we will place it on there. I should have paid closer attention. I think, I'm fairly confident it came off that end. You got it. Note to self, pay closer attention to what you're doing. Okay. So, and this was going, let's see. Yeah. So, we will put it right here. Okay, it's pretty loose on there. And then we'll do the same thing with our silicone grease. Just go ahead and put some of that on either side here. I'm not doing anything to the rotors because, well, I mean, I didn't let the brakes do anything to them. I try not to replace rotors if I don't have to. That's just me, you know. So I'm putting a little bit, again, just a little bit of silicone on there, so maybe we won't be too squeaky when we get her done. So we're greasing that up. And then we will slide that in there, just like so. Now this is a little harder because you can't see what you're doing quite as easy, but maybe we can feel around and kind of figure out where things are. Did that go on there? My goodness, that was easy. No, I thought it was easy. All right, well, I guess those are in there, which was easier than usually I have with that. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do, now you notice I have this block of wood that I usually use to compress the cylinder on these, but what I wrote on here is use old brake pad instead, which is good counsel. So I'm just going to use, because it's thinner than that block of wood, I'm going to use this old brake pad as I compress the cylinder here, and I'm just going to do this do this very slowly, carefully. So we'll put that right there, and put this on here, and crank her down. So we will give this a few turns and see what I'm doing here, kind of, hopefully. And don't want to put it on anything, you know, that it's going to get damaged. But I'm just going to kind of squeeze down on this, and what that's going to do is compress the brake, the cylinder there, so that I am able to fit it onto the fit it over those brake pads that I just put on. So we will give that a few turns here. Maybe you can see what I'm doing. And just want to go ahead and compress it all the way down there. Just not going real fast, you know, just kind of taking my time. And one thing, after this is all said and done, all the wheels are back on and everything, you want to go and what you want to do is pump the brakes before you start driving, because this is going to make the brakes very spongy. And you do not, when I'm going to loosen up, I went all the way down with it. And it'll make the brakes very spongy, and so they won't, you have to pump the brakes before they actually start working again. So, you know, that's important. Okay, so we're going to take that off, and you can see that this thing was up high before, and now it's not like that anymore. It's down now. And so we'll get that out of the way and slide this guy over these new pads, which it seemed like it went fairly easily. Oh, there. It was a little tricky getting it over those. Let's see here. I'm just trying to get, there we go. Okay. Just trying to squeeze it over these little bolts here, or the places where the bolts go. So now those are in there, and I'm going to go ahead and get the bolts that back in there, if I can get. There we go. Got it there, and then do this lower one. If I can. Snug that one up. Okay. Clean my hands. Get my 14-incher here, or 14 millimeter, and snug those back up. Okay. Sorry for the sound effects. I'm not gonna do super tight on these, just tight enough, I guess you'd say. And but you don't want them loose, that's for sure. But they weren't like ridiculously tight, so you know. Okay, so I've got those snugged up. Hopefully we're in good shape there. I'm gonna put the tire back on, the wheel back on, tire back on, rather, and So, you know, to do that, I don't think I've ever taken the tires off, so you might know how to do this, but just to be on the safe side, I'll show you how I do this. So, oh gosh, got all my stuff in the way. There. We'll get it set up here. Okay. So we will, there we go, kind of snug that up there. And then what I want to do is get these guys started and just snug them hand tight. And see how that does. Do 2 at a time here. I'm ambidextrous. How nice. Uh-oh. Feel like that one didn't snug up much, but we'll see. Okay. And then this last one. Found my 4-way. And then we will snug these guys up a little bit. Now this is a front tire. Oh, this is a front wheel, so it's already got resistance because the transmission is helping me there. In the back tire, you'll have to kind of let it down. And I'll still do that with this one, but let it down so just barely touching the ground. Then you can snug it up, you know, with using the weight of the vehicle. But what I was going to say is, you notice how I'm doing this in a star pattern. That's kind of important. You know, you bounce from one side of the wheel to the other. And I don't know if I like that. Why is that so tight? And that way you are getting them all tightened up. You know, you're not going to have the wheel cattywampus, is what I'm trying to say. So what am I doing wrong here? So we'll snug that one up. Goodness, I went a long way. Okay, come back down here. There we go. Just getting them snugged up there. See, notice how they loosen as I do this. So that's why I bounce around a little bit there. Of course, you could use an impact wrench again if you have one of those. Just follow the same principle, and you know, you kind of want to bounce back and forth and not just super tighten one of them and then leave the other ones loose. You want to do it kind of gradually, you know. And then let's see here. Yeah. So we will snug this up and okay, so that's those. We're just let me bounce around here and make sure they're all snug. I like this 4-way a lot better than a 1-way because you can get leverage on both sides, see? So hopefully you can get you one of these. It's not what comes with a car. It comes in not what comes in the trunk, certainly. That's just a one little thing. Okay, so there's that. And probably just going to let this down just a like a little bit until it is in contact with the ground. That way it's not, the weight of the vehicle is not going to distort the way the tire is setting. See, I just did a little bit. I still left some pressure on the jack. So now I'll snug these up a little tighter. Make sure we're good and snug. You don't want, I saw a tire come off a vehicle the other day. That's not pretty, I'll tell you what. That would be no bueno. Okay, so there you have it, folks. Pretty much I'll just let her down all the way, make sure everything's snug, and I will repeat the same thing for the other brakes. They should be pretty much the same. The back ones, the rear brakes, are going to be a little smaller. Most of your braking pressure is going to be on these front brakes, and so that's why they're a little more heavy duty. Anyway, I hope that helps if you're going to change the brakes on yours, and you know, maybe one day I'll have to change the rotors on the van, and I can show you how to go about that. But other than that, I hope that's a help. I hope you enjoyed it. You can like, you can subscribe, and that will help this video get to other people, I suspect. But I hope you enjoyed this episode of Tightwad Todd, and I will look forward to being back with you next time for another money-saving episode to tell you how to save a little money. I think this would have cost probably at least $100, maybe $150, maybe even more than that. I don't know, at a dealership. I didn't price it, but because I've always done it myself, but it would be quite expensive. You can see it wasn't too difficult. I paid maybe, I don't know, $20 for these ceramic brakes, and I think per set maybe, and you know, hopefully they'll last me for another $170,000. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.